You should create because you feel the want to create, not because you feel the want to make money. Money is a piece of paper, and I let it control my life. And I know a lot of other people let it control their lives. And it's very sad to hear. And it's very sad to experience firsthand. What do I want in my life? Money is always in the question or related to the question. Do I want to do something? Okay, well, can I make some money off of it to be able to live and do it? I've let that control me. I've let that control what I wanted to do or what I can do in life, or I limit myself by letting it control me, regardless if I like it or not. Because unfortunately, it is a huge factor in controlling our lives. We need money to live. We need money to buy things, to buy basic necessities of life. You need money to live a normal life, let's say. There are a lot of cases where people don't use money and they live perfectly fine. Like, for example, if I had water, food, shelter, I would live perfectly fine without money. But to live a life in today's day and age, with technology being so there in our everyday lives, is important. You know what I mean? We can't just say that we don't, okay, tomorrow I'm going off grid. You can do that, but it's not as easy. There's a lot of things that you need to do in order to achieve that. But regardless, if you want to do something in life, in today's day and age, like I just said, you need it. And it's sad to think, because it limits a lot of people from doing what they want in life. It limits their ambitions, and it has limited mine before. Because I love content creation. I've created content for years. I've created thousands and thousands of videos across the years. But a lot of it has to do with why I create. Why do I create for so long? Money is not the reason why. Money is not the reason why I create. It's not the sole reason as to why I create. I want to create because I can express myself in many ways. And it helps others as well by me expressing myself. People watch my content and they're like, maybe I can get something, a new perspective from this guy that I just haven't been able to word out myself. Or maybe I'm expressing someone who's watching this right now who just haven't been able to express their thoughts. And that's what I'm here for, right? I'm here to grow with people. I'm here to grow my channel. I'm here to express myself in a way that it usually wouldn't be expressed. It's like an online journal. And that's how I started it. That's how I started. And the reason why I continued was because I had a goal in mind to just get 1 million followers. And I got that on TikTok. But that didn't bring like as much of a financial joy, let's say, in my life as much as I thought it would have been. When I achieved 1 million, I was like, okay, now what? Now what? I mean, I achieved 1 million and I thought I would be financially free. I made it in life. I made it in life. In that aspect of my dream, I did make it because I achieved the dream that I had for years. I achieved that dream and I'm still continuing to climb it. And I got content with what I did because that was like job finished for me. The job was finished. And it's a weird way of thinking about it. But I continued it because I liked creating. I also really like making memes and really like making videos and really like making different perspectives and really like expressing myself through an online journal that people might also appreciate. because that itself, I don't let money rule that. I've been creating regardless of money. There have been multiple months in a row where I've made absolutely nothing from content creation, and I continue to make videos because at least that's what I want to do. That's what I like to do. And I'm not letting money take control of that, because if I did, I would have stopped. No, let me tell you the truth. I would have stopped content creation if I was in it for the money. But here I am. I'm still creating because that's not my motive. That's not my only motive for content creation. I want to be a full-time content creation, and in order to be a full-time content creator, you need to make money, but you also need to enjoy it while you're doing it, because why would you continue doing something that you don't enjoy? And then that's where, for example, money comes in. I like creating videos. I like creating memes. And that's why I continue, because it's not the only thing that money does. My content, Greek Pepperoni, Pepperoni's Perspective, these YouTube videos, these YouTube channels, these Instagram channels, these TikTok pages, they don't generate income, okay? And people would be surprised. I searched myself on Instagram the other day. It said I had a net worth of like 2 to 5 million or something like that. Bro, what? I was a TikTok and Instagram meme creator. How? Money is so up there when it comes to why people start content. Like, they only think of the money. But then you realize where people are going and why people stop, because they say, oh, it's like a get rich quick scheme, let's say. But none of the content creation is quick. You have to experience a lot of content specifically. You have to make a lot of content until you find something that you like making, and then continue making it, and then iterate on those videos that you make. Maybe make better, maybe do something about it, maybe make an audience from it, and then be able to monetize that. You have to build a loyal fan base, let's say, to then make it a career, right? Because my goal is to just make the stuff that I want like a full-time position. It's not like I want 20K a month, 10K a month. That would be a nice goal, let's say, to reach for, but if I make the content creation self-sufficient to where I can live off of, let's say, just the basic things like rent, utilities, food, gas, water, groceries, everything like that, that's enough for me. But even when I don't make that, I still create because I like doing it and I like the hobby. The money is just like a plus, like an extra plus. Even if I make like $20 a month, it's like, okay, cool, I made $20. $50, I made $100, let's say. $100, €100, whatever it may be. And that's what a lot of people, they think like, oh, content is just the best way to get rich quick, you know? The internet is out there. There's probably millions of ways to make money on the internet, and it doesn't have to revolve around content. Content is good for exposure for businesses, exposure for entrepreneurs whenever they create something, people who create apps and stuff like that. Businesses, technically, it's good exposure for them to basically market themselves. That's what marketing is. You know, social media has turned into just marketing nowadays. I see all videos naturally post about a video about a company, and that's really what their marketing is. And that's perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine, because they're also trying to make it in what they're doing, and they're trying to exceed at what they're doing. Because not worrying about money is a want that all of us have. We all don't want to worry about money. But you can't let it take over you and stop what you would want to achieve. Because if you do, then the root of what you're doing is evil, right? They say money is the root of evilness. And of course, I might offend people when I say this, but if you're creating content specifically, or if you're creating art specifically music, let's say, because you want to make money, that's not the correct thing. You should create because you feel the want to create, not because you feel the want to make money. And you have heard that it's a good method too. Don't let this control you, though. They're just pieces of paper. Don't let it control you and control your wants and desires in life. Catch you on the bright side.